let's jump into best e-commerce business models. You might agree, disagree with me, but I don't really care. This is my thesis, this is my channel, so let's get into it. So best e-commerce business models, this is basically just in general business models that I have been focusing on. I have been trying out, testing out different strategies and how I'm gonna be moving forward in 2024 for my e-commerce brands. So, all right, let's just get right into it. Okay, dropshipping. Of course, we're gonna start with dropshipping. Dropshipping is a really good business model, to be honest, but it depends on how you utilize it. If you're having a general store and just basically testing out new products, shitty products, basically. So every business model has its pros and cons, and dropshipping definitely has some pros and cons. So the pros in dropshipping mostly are low cost, low risks, and you can easy to test new products. You can easily test new products just as fast as you can test them. I would always use Facebook ads. Facebook is king, and if you're testing on new products, Facebook is king always. So I would recommend using just Facebook to begin with, because it's easy to handle. It's not too much trouble, and yeah, you can just easily see if the product is gonna be a winning product or not, using that, at least in my experience. So the cons with the dropshipping is high competitions, low margins, shitty products. People are copying each other a lot. And basically, if you're gonna be dropshipping general products, you will not get customers, your customers will not be coming back. So you're always limited. It's hard to really scale unless you really know what you're doing, But you gotta be able to build a brand, like a dropshipping brand, not just a dropshipping store. If you're gonna be focused on branded dropshipping, that's a whole different model. But the dropshipping model in business model is more than just testing shitty products. Dropshipping is here to stay, So if you can actually just make your products, and then drop ship them, you basically just hire a third-party warehouse to ship your products. That's basically drop shipping. Or you have the manufacturer ship. I have been talking to a lot of manufacturers now in China for my next up-and-coming project, and we can actually dropship products there, branded dropshipping products, really cool. So, and they have an agent that actually ships his shit out. So you just gotta be smart about it, bro. So yeah, you can also go into another business model called private label or white label. White label is more you just put your logo on the product, but private label, then you're actually manufacturing the product, getting it. You decide what materials to use, and you can actually have a more customization to the product. This is your product, and you're manufacturing it. So I would always recommend starting with just a white label, and this business model you can drop ship. White label products you can drop ship. The private label ones you can do it as well, but the pros and cons about it is mostly the pros. You get lower cost per unit, because you are buying in bulk, and you get more control, for example, brand building and all that. So it's gonna be a little bit more, you just have more control, but it's the cons are minimum order quantities, upfront costs, and it's really time consuming. It takes at least, in my experience, when I was doing clothes, I designed my clothes myself, and we put the logos on, and we actually, they sewed them for me, the clothes and everything. So I always got samples sent to me. I checked them out, took maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And then I just, okay, I want this, this, and this, and you need to do this and this and this. And they just then took maybe 3 months to get the whole bulk order, And the minimum order quantity was always around 500 units or whatever. So yeah, it cost quite a bit, but you gotta have 50K, around 15K, sitting around to actually be able to do a private label for real. So, but this business model as well, you can apply dropshipping to this shit as well, especially if it's white label, because dropshipping is just a way how to ship your products, basically, but like the beginning dropshipping, because dropshipping is just evolving into more, now it's time for the big dogs to get in and build the brands. I've actually been seeing like a lot of brands that do dropshipping, bro. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Because they have a little bit of branding and people are buying from them consistently. Like one of the guys we actually met, he was doing jeans. He was selling jeans. And he was always sold out. He just did like these basic drops, did what you do with like a private label product, but did it for the dropshipping product. So he's just selling, he actually does quality control and everything like before scaling. So, but you know, this is you gotta evolve. You can't be focusing on, because if you're gonna be competing against 18 years old in the US, bro, what the fuck do they know about building brands? Nothing. They only know how to print cash. These are iPad kids, bro. They know nothing about loyalty, customer service, or nothing like that, bro. So you gotta be able to actually build a community and build a brand around. Doesn't matter what business you're in. So let's move on. All right, print on demand. That's pretty cool. Like for clothing guys who want to start their clothing brand, I would always recommend starting with this, because you can create products really quickly, low cost upfront. Low upfront cost. Like that's the pros, but the cons are you're less control of your inventory, you're less control, and you basically have limited customization. You can't actually put a logo here, or you know, it's mostly just boom, one here or one in the back, or maybe one here or something. You can't really go nuts with the designs, and you can't really have your own unique designs. You can have your own unique logo, but if you're starting out, I would always recommend just print on demand, low upfront costs, and that's a key. You can actually start testing your products, testing your theses, and just trials and errors, bro. So I would always recommend starting with print on demand if you want to get into the fashion or selling bags or like bandanas or like iPhone covers or whatever, you know. Because you can actually just start testing out the product, see if people are reacting to it. And like I said, I would always recommend using Facebook. Facebook is king when it comes to starting new brands and testing new products. But what you can also do is like try to make like a branded content like with TikTok and Instagram. But I'm not really big on TikTok. You know, I'm 27 years old, so TikTok is like, yeah, kind of out of my, I don't use TikTok, so. Yeah, but all right, yeah, this is for the fashion brand guys. This is really good, really good. And all right, then we go on to digital products. If I'm being honest, I have not I don't have like a lot of experience in digital products, but digital products are really cool because low upfront costs, you can scale like this, and you have no shipping. You know, that's your ecom dream, bro. Like scalability and no shipping, low upfront costs. This is a ideal business model to get into if you want to get into selling digital products. It can be info products, it can be courses, it can be, I don't even know. It can be whatever. It can be templates, it can be video editing software, it can, you know, it can be whatever, you know. So I would always recommend actually just check this out. If you're getting into the e-com space, I would always check this out, because if you have something to offer, you can actually be selling ebooks, bro. Ebooks. It's pretty simple to actually create them in Canva. It's super easy. I've actually tried it one time, but I never really, I just made the product and I was just, I'm not gonna be focused on this, because I really love something I can hold, like products. So yeah, but the cons about digital products, really high competition, and people steal other people's products. I see a lot of that happening, like people that are actually selling maybe, let's say ebooks, for example, and the ebook is doing really good, and the guys check it out on Amazon or like whatever, and they just, oh, nice, I'm just gonna take this and you put it into AI and just rephrase it a little bit, you know. So, but if you can actually manage to build a brand around digital products, you're golden, bro. You're fucking golden. So this is definitely something I would check out if I were you, especially if you're getting into it. I would always recommend starting with digital products or drop shipping, you know, because you gotta be able to find quality products, find good products, and the drop shipping way is good for trials and errors, because you learn a lot how the market operates, but you don't learn a lot like about building brands, but you learn a lot about products, shipping, logistics, marketing, all that you need to focus on, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking about a little bit more like what I'm thinking about ecom right now, how I'm gonna be approaching this with my new brand. So basically, I will use the dropshipping business model. You know, like I said, that's a business model that's here to stay, because you don't want to be. It's okay to be buying stock, but you don't want to ship it to your address and then you have to ship it out. You know, it's just too time consuming. So to begin with, I would always recommend dropshipping business model, because you can actually test your products, see if what's working, what's not, and when you actually got some money in the bank from that product, just start focusing on doing other products. Like go into the private label sector, you know. So I'm gonna be starting like a branded dropshipping store in the health niche, and my focus is on like building a brand, a real brand that actually I can resonate with, because I'm gonna be using these products, and building a community around that product, and then just moving on to like private label. Like I said, private label is the key, because if you have private label, you're good. You're doing something nobody else is. So that's how you stand out, and then just buy stock and use a third-party warehouse. That's basically dropshipping, you know. I would never recommend shipping your products to your home, or so you have to ship them out yourself. I've actually been doing that myself, but it's just tiring now. It's way too tiring. So I would always recommend finding a third-party agent, talk to your manufacturer, see if he is, because if you need to like maybe pay a little bit, it's always gonna be better to pay a little bit than actually doing the work yourself, because you're just outsourcing the most boring part of e-commerce. That's shipping out products, logistics. So yeah, and then just try to exit. Build a maybe multi-million-dollar brand, and then just sell it. Sounds pretty easy, right? And everybody can do this, you know, but you gotta be able to focus on the brand building and all that. So if you guys want to get into like brand building and see how e-commerce stores are really built, I would recommend just checking down the link below, booking a call with me for the business coaching, and let's go from there, bro. I think this is it for now. So, truth seekers, see you in the next one.